This is the Dollemore Daily, and I'm Jesse Dollemore.
MAGA world, Donald Trump's creation, Donald Trump's perversion of the Republican Party, which itself was already a ghoulish white supremacist organization, has been something to behold. Donald Trump has given permission for his adherents, the followers of the cult of Donald Trump, to be as crybaby-ish as they please. And as part of being crybabies, they are violent. It is toddler-esque if a toddler could actually do physical harm to someone. The Colorado Supreme Court ruled the other day that Donald Trump is ineligible to be on the ballot in Colorado because of his incitement of an insurrection against the country. And MAGA world's losing their minds and are now threatening the life of the judges. They didn't get their way in court, so they jettison any respect for the rule of law, and they threaten the very lives of the judge. Here's the headline from Axios. Law enforcement investigating threats to Colorado judges in Trump case. The FBI and Denver police are investigating threats to the Colorado Supreme Court justices who last week ruled that former President Trump cannot appear on the state's ballot in the 2024 presidential election. A Denver Police Department spokesperson told Axios on Monday evening that officers are, quote, providing extra patrols around justices' residences in the city following the threats against the justices who found the 14th Amendment's insurrection clause applied to Trump in relation to his actions surrounding the January 6th U.S. Capitol riot, insurrection. This is a problem. You don't see this with the other side. This is why the media needs to stop acting as though there's a level playing field and every candidate and every ideology and every political party should be just looked upon as the same, because they're not. You don't see credible, real, en masse threats to law enforcement officials, to judges, to politicians in the way that you see it from Republicans. It's encouraged by the leading candidate for the Republican nomination for President of the United States, and it's on the rise. It continues to happen time and time again, and it is unacceptable, and no one on the right calls for it to stop. No one on the right condemns it. Analysis by a nonpartisan research nonprofit, Advanced Democracy, showed significant violent rhetoric from Trump supporters online against the justices and Democrats following the majority ruling, NBC News first reported last week. The posts have demanded the judges' personal information be revealed, and one user of a far-right pro-Trump website appeared to reference the justices in a post saying, quote, all fucking robed rats must fucking hang, CNN noted on Monday. The FBI, this is a quote, the FBI is aware of the situation and working with law enforcement, the Bureau said in an email statement to outlets including Axios, quote, we will vigorously pursue investigations of any threat or use of violence committed by someone who uses extremist views to justify their actions regardless of motivation. Now, look, I've said this before as a reminder of what we're dealing with here, of what the stakes are here. And when someone uses violence or the threat of violence, fear, to impact, to bring to fruition a political goal, that's called terrorism. And if Republicans, elected Republicans, even non-elected Republicans, if they don't stand up and say, this needs to stop, then they are complicit in the promotion of, in the execution of terrorism, domestic terrorism. But you don't hear that on the right. You don't hear anyone, short of people who have left office, maybe Mitt Romney, but it's not every time. This is a problem. the party that claims to be the party of rule of law and respect for law enforcement and back the blue and thin blue line and hugging the flag and all of the fake patriotism, they're just liars and hypocrites, because when they don't get their way, they throw the tantrum, they threaten lives, they demand the personal, private home addresses of judges so they can do what? Inflict damage, harm, mayhem. Who knows? All we can do is take them at their word that they want to kill the judges when they say they want to kill the judges. What do you think? I'd love to know. You can call, leave me a brief voicemail, 714-576-4054. Of course, you can email me, as always, daily@dollemore.com. I hope you had a Merry Christmas if you celebrate Christmas. If you appreciate what I do, you'd like to help support my work, produce this work, click the join button below, become a channel member, hit the super thanks button, go over to patreon.com/IDoubtIt All those are great ways. I'd love to see you on social media. If you're on social media, I'm at Dollemore everywhere. It is often, but sometimes not a good time, as I will discuss in my next video. Anyway, I appreciate you guys very much. I'll see you next time. Until I do, be genuine and take care of one another.